I'm a suicide survivor, and I shot myself with a 45 caliber gun. Now, the reason I did that was because I was in a very dark place, and I didn't understand or comprehend what was happening to me at the time. I'm a suicide survivor, and I shot myself with a 45 caliber gun. Now, the reason I did that was because I was in a very dark place, and I didn't understand or comprehend
Introducing Gemini in Gmail, Google Slides, and more.
Cooking a meal and working at the same time. I could put a recipe on the screen and then I could cook, right?
House is probably the barbecue area in the back, the flip down table, and the barbecue storage so the grill can be put away but not inside the house. That's key because we barbecue a lot.
We really love the style of our level of commitment. We'll move into the same loft.
The tiny house size, it's definitely taken some getting used to for us, but we're realizing that we didn't really need that stuff that we had. And when you actually take some getting used to for us, but we're realizing that we didn't really need that stuff that we had. And when you actually take that step and decrease your belongings, it's a relief.
Time. The tiny house movement has swept across America.
Our tiny house.
This is so cool. From coast to coast, tiny houses are everywhere.
It's awesome! More than ever, people are rethinking what makes a house a home.
Pretty much cutting it by a third.
And downsizing their space.
Which part do you need?
To upgrade their lives. Slay, love it!
And that's where we come in.
Hagerstown, Maryland. One of the greenest places we've been in a while, yeah?
It's so glorious here.
We're here for Phil and Karen. We know a little bit about them, and it's kind of a unique situation, this one. Wouldn't you agree?
They were living in what they called their dream home.
Yep.
And they were renting it, but they've been there for years.
Went on vacation, came back, for sale sign in the front yard.
Yeah.
Boom.
No
Smack.
warning.
We came back from a trip, discovered the house was on the market.
The new owners decided they did not want to rent any longer, and we had 60 days to leave and take all of our things with us. It's been a real challenge.
We married 4 years ago, so we're still on our honeymoon.
We didn't plan to leave this house.
I don't want to lose it, but, you know, we're, I think, strong.
We needed to find a place to live. That's when we decided to go tiny. We want to travel, so we'll be free of stuff and we'll be ready for new adventures.
In terms of my work, business process optimization, I can work we'll find a way.
So we're on our way right now to the build site.
Yeah, where we get to meet Terry from I Can Build It. I couldn't be happier about it.
Here we are. Yeah, it looks like there's a little work to do.
Yeah.
Our crew has been here all morning helping Terry kick this project into high gear.
It looks nice. I would love these pop-outs.
So this is bedroom, and then on the far side is gonna be living room.
And storage loft up there.
The tiny house that Karen and Phil will soon be calling home comes with 2 pop-outs, a feature commonly seen in campers and trailers that is starting to catch on in the tiny house world. These pop-outs will almost double the width of the tiny house from 8.5 to 15.5 feet, giving them 374 square feet of living space and allowing them to have a spacious kitchen with full-size appliances, plus a queen-size Murphy bed and a cozy living area. It's a nice, good chunk of area for relaxing. This size of a space for 2 people without kids, without a whole lot of stuff is kind of perfect.
Absolutely.
I think we got plenty of work to do, so let's get to work.
Okay,
All right,
sweet.
Nice.
I'm gonna pull my coffee out here.
Terry and the crew jump back inside the house to keep working on the interior. Zach and I are jumping in the car to head down and meet our homeowners, Phil and Karen.
Because of the way this has been sort of thrust upon them, I'm really interested to gauge where their head is at.
It's definitely the spot.
Yeah, what gave it away? The free stuff sign? That's how you definitely know people are moving.
I was actually referring to the address.
Oh, I just used that. How's it going? We're here, we made it.
Oh my gosh.
Phil, John, good to see you in person.
Yes, nice to meet you, John.
Come on in.
Yeah,
Thank
of course,
you.
of course.
Come on in.
You'd never know it just by walking in here that Karen's lived in this house for more than a decade.
No, it looks like they've already started moving out.
Though there is still plenty of packing to do.
I mean, my understanding was you went on vacation and basically came back and there was a for sale sign?
The deal was done. Somebody else had bought the place. So we were in shock. We said, what do we do?
Not only a shock, but maybe a little sense of loss.
Yes, more for Karen than me. I mean, she'd been here for 15 years.
It's been sad, you know. I work at the local hospital, so it's like 7 minutes door to door.
The location was so good.
I know.
Not only are Karen and Phil losing this home, but they've also been priced out of the area.
It's sad, but it's definitely something we see a lot of. Are you pretty well pared down, or?
He's got a lot more than I do. I'm more practical.
I started early.
Like, he still has his teddy bear from when he was
What's
a
his name?
baby.
Son.
Son?
So, she's very good at getting rid of my stuff. So it's, things pile up. It's like, do you still need this? I have lots of paperwork, which I try to shred.
Well, we know that you work from home, and I think what would be very helpful is us to see how you're using that home office space right now so we can do
Yes.
I give him his space so he can work, and while he's working here, I'm doing something else in another room.
There's only one room in the tiny house, so automatically something has to adjust, and how do we do that? So it's something to think about.
Yeah. I already knew that Phil works from home.
Lily, you stay there.
But now that I've seen all the things that he needs to really make it happen, it makes me want to go back to the tiny house and carve out not just a workspace, but a space that works.
So we've got to know why you're going tiny. We've seen how you're using this space. One thing we haven't talked about is really what you want from the tiny house.
Well, it's been a lot of things, and you try to pack them all in there, but, if you saw a cottage on that.
Sounds a little craftsman style. It doesn't sound like real modern.
No, we're not.
Real modern.
No.
That's in direct contrast with the shape of our tiny home as is.
I mean, if you look around here, it kind of looks a little bit more cottagey. Or
Yes, I
tried
would
to
say
make
this
it
feels
look-
cottagey.
Tiny homes that are built to go down the road have to comply with a lot of regulations to make them street legal. But when you're trying to maximize the usable square footage, given those requirements, it kind of pushes it into having that more rectangular.
Say
Make
this
it
feels
look-
cottagey.
Tiny homes that are built to go down the road have to comply with a lot of regulations to make them street legal. But when you're trying to maximize the usable square footage, given those requirements, it kind of pushes it into having that more rectangular modern style. So there's gonna have to be some big kind of directional changes that we're gonna make. You know what it also feels like? It feels pretty clean. Either that's you naturally, or maybe you've been thinking about this transition.
Or you're
we have.
moving soon.
Yeah,
All of the above.
we
Moving
have-
tomorrow.
We have to be out tomorrow by midnight. Yeah.
Problem.
Oh, she's funny. Let her in.
When we say that Stack TV has an endless selection of groundbreaking shows to stream,
We own this story.
I love it. We mean it. Oh, I'm geeking out. There's always new comedies to discover. What? Reality. Stack TV has so many amazing shows, you'll always find something new and exciting to stream. It's that good.
Mind-blowing stuff.
My cleanser was too harsh or too gentle to clean deep. Until now, meet new Olay Cleansing Melts. Just soak, activate, and wash. Microbubbles clean, tone, and refresh. That's a 3 times better clean. Olay.
Check this out. The phone is the key.
Like you, the redesigned Tucson doesn't stop. You got places to go and stories to tell.
Sleeping like a baby. Thank goodness for baby mode.
And with more than 9 out of 10 Tucsons sold in the last decade still on the road, WA keeps you going.
Hey, I'm Chelsea, and a little thing I like about the Chick-fil-A spicy
Zach and I are in Maryland helping Phil and Karen, who were recently forced out of their 600 square foot home, move into a 374 square foot tiny house. Easy peasy. Except for the fact that they just told us they'd like to be able to squeeze another 2 generations of family into the space.
Are you asking for 9 people in the
I
tiny
don't
house?
think we'd have 9 people, but if we could at least get the
3 grandkids.
the 3
to be able
grandkids,
to-
or even to have the 2 grandkids and their parents. So if we could get 6 in there, I'd say that would be
6.
It complicates things, and now all of a sudden we have to think about sleeping for 6 as opposed to just 2. It's important, but it is a challenge.
I will go back to the tiny house and start looking at where it is that we can put some more beds.
We'll do the best we can, but it has to make sense. I just don't want to get your hopes up. That's all I'm saying. Like, let us figure out what we can do, and we will do the absolute best that we can.
We trust you guys. You guys are the magicians. So make it happen.
Okay, in that case, I want to talk about paring down and the challenge that I want to leave you with.
Okay.
You're going to be loading stuff into the moving van.
Yeah.
So let's not overload it. Start with the stuff you absolutely know is not going to come. Put that in one pile.
Okay.
Then go to stuff that absolutely has to come. The really easy decisions. And then do a maybe pile.
All right, sounds good.
Good? Nice high
Right.
five.
So now, Zach and I are going to go back to the tiny house and see about adding sleeping space for at least 4 more people, figure out how to make a more or less dedicated work office space, and then decide how we take this boxy, modern pop-out structure and turn it into something that looks like a country cottage. It's a lot.
Their whole vision for providing a space for the grandkids does kind of throw the build design into question.
I would say that's the only part that I'm like stressed about.
Yeah, but I'm so supportive of it. I mean, some of my very favorite memories as a child were on trips with my grandparents.
Yeah, I just don't know how we pull it off. That's the thing.
Well, yeah. Phil's been confined to a small workspace in the corner of his dining room, so I'd like to give him something that feels like a step up. Building a flip-out desk under the Murphy bed, along with a built-in nook for a computer monitor. Building a flip-out desk under the Murphy bed, along with a built-in nook for a computer monitor. Now about those sleeping arrangements.
To me, the most likely chance is loft and this area. So this area is a couch. Can I ask a question about the couch?
I know you're going to regardless, so
Well, no, that was the only question I wanted to ask about the couch, is if I could ask a question.
Oh, good.
So I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay, continue. No, my question is, if we put the parents on this couch, why can't we put the kids up here?
The standard sleeping solution in a tiny house when you have extra is the loft. And sometimes there's a storage loft that can be used as a sleeping loft. However, in this design, it was never intended for that. If you're gonna turn it into a bed, that means that you're limiting the amount of storage that can be up there for like a visit that may happen every 2 months. It's a storage loft and it's like 20 inches tall.
Yeah.
So the trade-off is that there's nice headroom underneath the loft in the bathroom, but as far as sleeping, it's really not gonna work.
If the kids aren't there, then where do we put them?
Yeah, it's a puzzle. This is definitely a puzzle. Right now, I really have no idea how to fit 4 more people to sleep in this tiny house, and I'm just gonna need some time to think about it.
It's the start of a new day, and Phil and Karen's tiny house is already starting to take shape. The siding is up, which will go a long way towards turning this modern home into a country cottage. Appliances are going in, and it looks like Zach is working on something.
Hey, John.
Throwing spark. What are you working on?
This is my bed solution.
How does it work?
Well, it works just like a Murphy bed.
Where's this coming from?
Well, that's the thing.
Why are you looking at me like that? I feel like you're looking at me with crazy eyes.
Because I got a plan.
Tiny House Nation, a new channel.
Now it's time to welcome Mark, Nicole, and Oliver to the tiny house community.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
It's beautiful.
This is awesome. Look at the round window, the porch. Oh my gosh.
It is absolutely gorgeous, beyond what we ever could have imagined.
Mind blown.
Ollie, this is for you.
We love the doggy lanai. It'll give him a place to go. This is perfect.
This is Tiny House Nation. This is Tiny House Nation.
This is going in the divider wall.
Is that enough to hold something like this?
No, it's not. The quick answer is that we're gonna have to rebuild the wall. You wanna actually take it in and I'll show you where it goes?
Yeah.
In this tiny house, there's only one wall space that's not finalized. And that's right in the center, right in the divider. So, new plan. By replacing the divider wall's wooden frame with one made of steel, I'll have a structure that's strong enough to support my recessed bunk beds. Inflatable air mattresses will help us keep this system incredibly thin. When folded up, these beds will virtually disappear. The entire wall will be less than 4 inches deep.
We're like days away. Do I believe you can do this if you had a couple of weeks? Sure. Do I believe that you can do this and we can get the rest of this house done? I don't know.
It's a very valid concern. I would like to replace your concern with the enthusiasm that I feel like is required in order to do something experimental like this because, I mean, the other solutions, I don't really have them. It's got to be done.
Okay, I can demo. That's fine.
Can you?
Yeah.
I know how much work Terry and his crew have put into building this wall exactly the way it is, but he understands that it's all about just making the homeowner happy.
Yeah, as long as we can jump in and help him out and we're the ones doing most of the work replacing that wall.
Let me jump on this side of you.
Okay.
We're here to do the things that nobody else will.
Yeah.
I guess right now that means tear down this wall.
Tear down that wall, Mr. Giffen.
All right.
Woo, ninja.
Yeah, that was close.
Hi. Oh my goodness.
Whoa, hey you.
Wow. Yeah, that's a much bigger dog. I can tell you've done some work.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Been trying.
Where is the maybe pile?
Everything on the bookcase and right here.
So this is your maybe pile.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay. Spoiler alert, if it's in the maybe pile, it's not coming. What is all this?
This is the stuff that we sort of said, yeah.
Got to go with us. I did have a picture of Lily.
So big. On the other hand, there are some things that you just can't live without. This is the first thing that I saw.
Oh, I see Sonny.
Be careful. He's in a plastic bag for a reason. Don't you touch him.
He's fine.
Oh, Sonny is a lot uglier than I thought he would be.
Talking negatively about someone's teddy bear is like commenting on someone's mother's appearance. You just don't go there. I don't appreciate you calling me ugly.
Oh my God. Be honest with me. How many people has that bear murdered?
None that I know of.
I just feel like you keep him in that box so he doesn't get out at night. The bear is terrifying. It will haunt me in my dreams. Oh, I'm sorry to say that. It just really scares me.
I feel like there's some trauma here going on. Like,
no, this is just a... have done some good work, and I think that we have given them those tools, but they still have some work to do. But guess what? So do we, so we got to get out of here.
Bye.
Definitely have our work cut out for us.
Absolutely.
There's not enough room in the wall, and even on the outside of the wall. If there was like an accordion door, it's still going to be stacked out to here. And accordion doors are ugly.
we probably do have about 2 inches inside this wall, maximum. I think the logical thing to do here is basically have a panel that's on a hinge. So you kind of like this, that folds over and kind of, you know, loosely closes off the space. With the configuration of the pop-outs preventing us from building a wall that's fixed in place, we'll install hinged panels on either side of the sleeping area that, when not in use, will latch securely to the divider wall. Once extended, they